All right, so when you're doing push hands, and you do moving step push hands, so let's go moving step. We're not touching above the collarbone or below on the hips. Maybe the top of the hip, but no lower. So you get the idea, okay? Now, going past that moving step push hands into more full, well-rounded sparring, the first move that people add is grabbing the legs. So let's go ahead and do it with grabbing the legs. And again, this is regular push hands rules. We're trying to get him off the mat or touch the ground with something besides the bottom of his foot. So let's go with legs. So that's the first thing they add is legs. And you're not going to see a lot of people. Remember, if you go down and get your knee on the ground like this to grab his leg, that is a score for him, not for you, because your knee touches the ground. Now, the next move, the next thing you're going to add after legs is head. So now we're allowed to grab each other's necks in the back of each other's head, okay? And the legs. And this is where we get into what they call Tai Chi Wrestling. Okay? So this is where basically all the Muay Thai grappling is allowed. So one of the things, okay, so anything you see that can help you with this kind of clinch and this kind of grappling, anything you see like this is going to help you with this. So there's a thing that's going to happen when you're doing Tai Chi wrestling that you need to know the escape from, that is not, as far as I can tell, anywhere on YouTube, but around here is actually pretty common knowledge. So what it is a standing headlock escape. So one of the issues is a lot of the people who know this don't talk about it because they're either in jiu-jitsu or wrestling and they want to get to the ground anyways. So all their solutions for getting out of a front headlock or guillotine, all their solutions for that are going to the ground. However, there's a very common stay on your feet guillotine escape, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going for, so me and Heron are doing the Tai Chi wrestling. I go down and Heron catches me with the choke under here like this. So go ahead and choke that up. Okay, so this is the problem. Now, of course, he's not doing a perfect MMA jiu-jitsu guillotine here, standing guillotine here, right? And that's not normally what you're going to get caught in. You're going to get caught in some kind of front headlock that's turning into a nasty choke. Okay? So here's the basic solution for how to get out of that. I'm going to show you without anybody there. Whatever side your head's down, okay, you put one hand on the hip, another hand higher up on their opposite shoulder, and you push your head out like this. Okay? So if my head's on this side, one hand here, push out. If my head's on this side, one hand here, and push out. So go ahead and get me in a good choke. So I'm going to do one hand here, and push out. Let's do it on the other side. So same side. Like this. Okay? Now do it from the front. and then do it from the back. Okay. So obviously you want to practice the idea that if someone's trying to guillotine you, you need to tuck your chin down and try to block that. But you want to be getting out of there as soon as possible. So I'll do it to you. So put your hand a little bit higher up. Yeah, it's shockingly easy. So I learned this headlock escape from Kitsap Combat Sports while learning grappling from MMA fighters there. So that's what you want to do. You want to kind of slip your head out. Here, slip your head out. So if me and him are doing Tai Chi Wrestling, and it seems like we're not going to the ground for front headlock escapes, it's because we're not. Okay, so that's the idea. That's front headlock or guillotine escapes and the basic concept behind Tai Chi Wrestling. One other thing I want to show. Let's say we're doing basic push hands without the head grab and without the leg grabs. Instead of adding that stuff, or maybe in addition to adding that stuff, we can add other things. So now, me and him are just gonna, instead of adding the Tai Chi Wrestling stuff, we're just gonna do regular push hands with punches to the body, straight punches to the body like this. Okay, ready? Go. Hard. Let me work harder. So, what you see here is this highly weaponizes the push hands because you're really going for those body shots while trying to get past all this stuff. And you're learning how to use all this stuff to block those punches while you're at it. So those are just some basic examples of how push hands gets weaponized.